Peace. First and foremost, man, hopefully most time in your house, y'all, is busting y'all day by the mercy where I consume. Well, I will most time in your house is biting too and naturally, man. And I'm gonna come back with a quick little video, man, because honestly, man, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, because I was actually thinking about, actually, it was only morning prayers yesterday, and with Matthew 18 and about confessing a false, let's grab this too, because it's crazy. Let me grab this. But this is going to, like, say if you have you and your brother, you and loved one, especially in the word, have a little situation or disagreement or a quarrel per se, but I'm just going into the whole confess your faults type of thing because this is where James got it from. But yeah, let's grab this too, and Matthew chapter 18 verse 15. It says, trespass or fault. This actually was on morning prayers today as well. Matthew chapter 18 verse 15. Moreover, if that brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. Exactly. And if he shall hear thee, thou shalt gain a brother. Exactly, gain thy brother. So here, y'all can reason and reconcile. And this one goes into what Proverbs says about handling matters wisely, or Isaiah 1:18. Let us reason together. But also too, this goes into of course, Proverbs 25. Going to you and that person alone. That's a problem too. I was talking about that with my mom about last year because it was a situation that happened with my family, and one of my cousins was upset that they didn't go to Dorney Park, but my mom called her directly, man. And that's the problem, honestly, with the world in general, man. If you gotta, and shout out to brother Sammy Firstborn because he says this all the time. Listen, this is either in the word or out the word, man. If you have a problem, issue with somebody, go to the source, go to that person. Do not involve all these other extra parties, because that's how chaos starts, man. The word giving you the game how to do that, but that's neither here nor there. That's another conversation for another day. But yeah, man. So but I just want to focus on the confess fault part because that's where confess your faults to one another. That's where James gets it from, man. I want to get, but it's kind of gonna go to what we're talking about, but really something else. But man, let's just grab this as well. This is James. Hey, James chapter 5. I'm sorry. I'm taking way too long. My bad. James chapter 5 verse 16. It says, confess your faults to one another and pray for one another that ye may be healed. And the effectual fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. So yeah, exactly, man. And this is verse 17. This kind of goes into what we're going to talk about, though. It says Elijah was a man like passions as we are. He prayed earnestly that might not rain on the earth by the space of 3 years and 6 months. So yeah, but exactly. So confess your faults to one another, pray for one another. Also, too, is good. Goes into Proverbs and Sirach when it says he that can't confess his faults. So that's to the Most High house shot. But yeah, verse 17 kind of goes into what we're talking about, man. Because let me say this too, man. Because I struggle with this a lot too as well. I struggle with lust a lot of times too as well. Don't get twisted, man. Because a lot of times, Satan, he'll come after you after your own lust or own desires, and it's not always some certain things sexual, man. Whatever your vice is, like the Psalmist say, every man know the plague of his own heart. So he'll come. That's how he comes at you, man. But honestly, but of course, the shelter brother and other than somebody firstborn, man, because usually it's not even it's really at the end of your biggest enemy is you, man. Because honestly, that's what your house came to save us from. But because at the end of the day, he can't only tempt you with something that that you desire already. But like shout out to brother Samuel Firstborn said, like he said, because in the ancient world, stuff like that, with our forefathers, our ancestors, man, like Satan in the ancient world, like it's not like in movies and TVs, like like that we see today, man. Like Satan, like Satan didn't come at people like that, man. Like all off of doing something strange for some change. No, that's just really the evil wickedness of the hearts of men. Because when you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, Satan is nowhere to be found. That's just the evil wickedness of the hearts of men. But also too, it's don't get it twisted. It's of Satan. It's of being adversary to the Most High Yahweh. But that was just them. But my point being is that same people saying had the way like how it is in media and TV and movies, TVs. Saying for the most part, saying then come at people that way. Now don't get twisted. There's some movies and TV shows where it's actually accurate how Satan comes. Because sin, that's why I love sinners. Because that's how Satan actually comes to people with their own lust and own desires. Like the character Remick or whatever, the Edomite. He's pretty much that vampire. He's pretty much Satan. Or like they said, I gotta watch it. They said this show nefarious. That's how Satan comes. And there's a few other play even DMX, Damien. See, that's how Satan comes at people, man. But he only comes at you your own lust and your own desires, man. So, but a lot of times too. But Satan really tries to try you is your faith in the Most High Yahushua, man. That's how he came with Yahushua, was the faith. It wasn't off of no like women or no money. Well, it was money, but it wasn't like women or like or some other something else like doing some other stuff. No, it was just really he tested faith, man. But I said it to say, man, because honestly, man, what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. But honestly, too, here I wanted to clear up this misconception too, man, because I said I believe this. That's what it's not me being so pious or so great, man. But but I don't know. Even before the word, before I came in the word, even now more in the word, I realize how big sex is and how serious that is. But because me, I'm still a virgin, man. But don't get twisted though, man, because a lot of times when I tell people, it doesn't mean, because a lot of times like even not just me, even because all right, let me say this too, just because like you're a virgin doesn't mean like you're going to going not like you don't go through lust things in nature. That's why we just read that James chapter 5:17, man, because like that doesn't mean like you don't have lust and deal, because I'm struggling with that, man. I've been struggling with that for a while now, man. I kind of gotta relax. It's kind of getting a little bit bad now this past month or something like that. It's kind of inwardly I said like, yo, chill. Like, why am I? To be honest with you, man, I was thinking about like, why am I thinking about this so much? You got shout out to brother Samuel Firstborn as well for saying this, man, because he said, listen, like as a man, a lot of times too, even us in the word, even us as like even for brothers and sisters as well. Let me not exclude them as well. Because you gotta ask yourself, yo, okay. You're in the world, out the world. Why am I thinking about pleasure so much? Why is this on my mind so much? Why am I this like why is that even happening? So, and that's kind of what I'm kind of going through right now, man. I'm kind of like, yo, man, I'm kind of tripping right now, man. So that's just is what it is. Even if it's not acted upon, this is like inwardly, man, because that's what the Most High Yahushua weighs the spirits, man. So, yeah, man, that's what I get. But just because, like, because even spiritually being a virgin, man, that doesn't mean you're not going to get, like, tried and tempted with your own desires. That's more spiritually with the faith and will of the Most High House. But naturally, that can happen as well. Just because, like, like you're a virgin, never had sex before, doesn't mean you don't struggle with lust and things like that. And we're going to grab this Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach chapter 20 real quick. It says, because now I want to get into context of this, because the context of this verse in verse 4 is like of somebody that's trying to force himself or doing evil judgment or wicked judgment or trying to force their point. It's like a eunuch trying to rape a young woman or trying to have sex with a young woman. But I'm using that. Well, we're going to talk about an aspect of like even a eunuch can have lust, though. Like because this. Let's get into it. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 20 verse 4. It says, as the lust of a eunuch is to defile a virgin, so is he that executes judgment with violence. So exactly. So it says, as the lust of a eunuch and defile a virgin, so is he that executes judgment with violence. So yeah, man, because Because notice how I said the lust of a eunuch, man. Because this is in Wisdom of Solomon. Yahweh Shah said it. Eunuchs made for the kingdom. It's all in the other place. Daniel was a eunuch, but that doesn't mean like you don't you don't struggle with that. Me personally, like like with women and lust just because you're a virgin, like yeah, like do I have like well the person? Some people might have more self control than others. Yeah, as far as acting upon it, but still inwardly, like you still go through that, man. Like so it kind of that's why Ecclesiastes 9:9, which we it goes into this, man. I still struggle with this, man. It says, but this is something else we're gonna deal with for another day too. It says Ecclesiastes, no, the next verse is Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 8. It says, turn away turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman. Look not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For her with her love is kindled as a fire. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is right there, man. So that just goes to show you that yeah, man, like yeah, man, and that is another thing too. Like, let me say, because it's balancing nuances. Because yeah, listen, when Jacob saw Rachel and he loved her, man. And that was his wife, man. Like and there's a bunch of like righteous men in this scripture, man. Our forefather, ancestors, man. They saw that they loved beautiful women, man. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like that's but it's talking about like a whoremonger type of spirit. And now you're just looking at everything, like that's why it says all bread is sweet to a whoremonger. Like every time, every second, man, you're looking at ooh and ah, like that type of thing, man. Like yeah, like and that's the lack of self control, man. So and that's like that's kind of in the flesh, now the spirit. So yeah, man, I'm talking about myself as well, man. But just because like you're a virgin doesn't mean you're gonna you don't struggle with that as well, because that's a big misconception as well, man. Because it is too. That's why like that's why it says as a lust of a eunuch. Because think about that, man. Because it is too. It's like some people, like even depending on like it's actually could be sometimes even like no, it could be sometimes it could be even worse or just as bad, like as you having sex prematurely or not even actual before marriage and actually the godly order, man. Because even sometimes even if you have sex, like because I remember watching this, I forgot this movie I was watching years ago, man. It had I think it had Jaleel White in it I think it had him in it that played Steve Urkel, and the rapper Saphir that passed away. He was in Digital Underground. Y'all in the Bay Area might know him. He was down Hobo Junction. He was roommates with Tupac at one point. He was actually in the 50 Cent video Many Men. He was a light skinned dude, one of the greatest rappers ever. I think he was in the movie. It was this movie I was watching some years ago, man, and it was like and his girl, and his brother, he was with his girl, and he finally had sex with her. He was a little older, but now he just wanted to have sex all the time. I'm forgetting the name of the movie, but in the movie he said, "Listen, man," he tells the girl, he said, "Listen, like I had like I lost my virginity to you, this is my first time having sex with you, man," because that can be even like somebody that hadn't had sex, like in like being like the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin or something like that. That can be just as bad, because that can be very. Let me say this too. That could be life altering as well, because it's like somebody trying to drug for the first time. It's like now they're just getting that rush, and it's like now they're gonna want to have sex with everything, man. So but that goes to show you, man. Just because that's just a misconception. I just want to say, just because like what you call me, you haven't had you don't, because you're a virgin doesn't mean you struggle with lust, man. Because even I think the singer, what's her name, Thames, she's I think, but she's a virgin as well, but she said, listen, I want to have sex with and to what the right person when everything is right, honestly. But we really should be doing things according to the order that the Most High House I laid out, of course. But this is why you in the word out the word, man. I just wanted to say this as well, man. But hopefully, it's edifying, man. I just wanted to clear up that misconception, man. Just because, you're a virgin, man, doesn't mean, you don't, even though I remember, a great receiver out in Seattle, Tyler Lockett, man. I think he said that with his wife. I think the brother was a Christian, but he was saying, listen, I'm waiting till, everything's right to marry till we do that, so. But yeah, because I remember reading that story years ago. But yeah, man. But yeah, I just want to clear up that misconception, man. Just because like you're a virgin doesn't mean like you're just um um invincible, man. Because that lust happens to you. That's why the word says don't put yourself above what is written. Or we all have like passions, man. Because listen, you don't even think. I remember like the brother says I want to out in California, man. Like just because like it probably happened to Yahweh Shah, like himself, but it's not rare because like even did probably happen like to these brothers as well. But just because it's true, just because like like that, and that goes with wicked thoughts or evil thoughts as well, like or like temptation stuff like that. Just because it wasn't written doesn't mean like these men didn't, these people actually I should say like these the sons and daughters of God like didn't go through it. So just want to touch on that, man. So hopefully it's edifying, man. So peace.